Hi everyone, this video is going to be bodices. I have 7 bodices for sale, and I want to say right up front that if you have never worked with a bodice before, you need to know that the front and back panels of a bodice, generally you cannot remove the appliques from the fabric. You can fussy cut them out, but you can't actually take them off of the fabric because they are generally stitched, and you can see it here. Actually this one is really nicely done, but generally the stitching goes all the way through and it crisscrosses, and anyway, you can't do it like on the skirt where there's appliques you can remove. You generally cannot do that with a bodice. Sleeves you almost always can though. And this one, you can take all of these pieces off the sleeves very easily. So, let me tell you what I have here. This is my first bodice. This is Viola. This is very, very heavy. I didn't weigh it, but I'm thinking it might weigh a couple pounds. I'm actually working on the skirt of this dress. I have got all the appliques off. I am in the process of trimming them. They are some of the most beautiful appliques I have had ever. They are absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to get them listed and show you guys. But they have on them what you see right here, and this is really unusual. So these are actually like cream colored sequins, and there's a little flower cluster, and they're all over it. And let me see if I can adjust this light a bit. Oh, no, not really. So it has these beautiful clusters, flower clusters, and then it also has a lot of these, what do you call them, bugle beads, I think, right here, for instance. This is all beaded, this is all beaded. Very, very heavily beaded. So really, really gorgeous. And then up here you've got like little tiny beads making a pattern around the neckline. So this is what it looks like on the front. And this is just hard. I'm sorry, there's really no good way for me to film this and be able to show you it easily. So bear with me, okay? This is the back. That's what the back looks like. So this is Isadora. I'm sorry, this is Viola. And I am asking $15 for this bodice. When you buy a bodice, figure that you will be paying for priority shipping because they are heavy. Okay, so that is almost always the case. Now up next I have Portia. This bodice I am asking $17. This one has iridescent sequins, and hopefully that is showing up. They are just beautifully colored. As I look at it right now, I'm seeing, you know, green and pink and orange and yellow coming back at me from the sequins. It's just really gorgeous. Also has this beautiful dangle right here. It's fairly heavily beaded on the front, and especially right here at the neckline. The sleeves are very pretty, and you can remove these pieces from the sleeves. They have these bow dangles as well, and then the puffed sleeve there's a lot of work on there. That also would be very easy to remove. If I turn it over, this one is unusual. This is actually put on after the fact, I think. See, there's this bow with a dangle that goes from one shoulder to the other. And I suspect it was because the bride was quite narrow-shouldered and it was slipping off. That's what I would imagine the reason for that was. So this is the back. There's not a lot on the back. You basically saw everything on the front. there was the good bits, the front and the sleeves. So again, that is Portia, and I am asking $17 for Portia. Next up is, let me make sure I've got the right one here. Sorry, Bessie. I like this one a lot. I think it's really pretty special, actually. So this is, oh, there is a stain on the bodice right there. Just a little mark. Oh, actually, it just came off, so that's good. And there is a small stain on the sleeve up here somewhere, which I can't actually find right now, but maybe I will as I work with it. So this is Bessie. It is cream satin with white lace. Whoops, sorry about that. White lace and white beads and iridescent sequins. The sleeves are very, very detailed. As you can see, they are huge, very Edwardian looking, I would say. And they have this very fancy piece here, which is actually not completely attached to the sleeve. And then you've got all this work all the way down the sleeve. So there's a lot on this bodice. If I flip it over, the back is fairly simple actually, and not a lot of beading on the back, but that's what it looks like. So this is, oh, there's the staining right there. Hopefully you can see that. It's like a little patch right there. Okay, so that is Bessie. And I'm asking $17 for that one. Next up is Isadora. And this is Isadora. Now, what you can't tell, but I can, of course, is that this is actually a pretty inexpensive feeling dress. So the satin and the lace. Hi, Cora. My granddaughter just said hi to me. So this just doesn't feel, it feels kind of stiff, I guess is the best way to explain it. But anyway, so this is Isadora. It is off-white with, I believe, iridescent sequins. These are not as colorful as the other dress that where I mentioned the colors on the sequins, but they are iridescent. We have on the sleeves are very, very involved. This massive piece here is just gorgeous. There are these bows. I will tell you that both bows are missing some dangles. I think both bows just have one dangle. It looks like they were supposed to have 3. Okay, that piece at the front there is very nice. Let me turn it over. And the back is fairly plain, fairly simple. So I am asking $12 for that one, and again, that's Isadora. Next up is Ingrid. This is cut work. It is white satin and very heavily beaded. The sequins have aged, and so you will see that they look gold, yellow to gold to, no, not brown. I don't think there's any on here that have gone as far as brown, but some of them are yellow to gold. Others, like all these up here, are still perfectly clear. But as you can see, some pretty heavy beadwork up here. And then I'll show you a sleeve here. So that's the cuff. Hang on one second, sorry. And then you can see there's some pieces there you could easily cut out if you wish to do so. And then I'll show you the back real quick, which is actually quite nice. These I think you could fussy cut these pieces out, and they are actually rather pretty. So that is Ingrid, and I am asking $14 for that one. And I just have 2 left. So So this one here is called Topaz. I have had this up for sale before. If it does not sell this time, I will be cutting it apart myself. It is really, really gorgeous. It is off-white. The beading is very, very heavy. So are the sequins. I mean, look at this right here. The detail right there. It's amazing. And it's like that all over the front panel. Very, very heavily beaded. Very beautiful. The sleeves, it does have short sleeves, but they have these little flower clusters on there, which I just think are just absolutely darling. I really like that. And I'll just give you a quick look at the back here, which is actually very heavily beaded as well. Not as fancy as the front, but still really some significant beading going on there. Okay, so that's Topaz, and I'm asking just $12 for that one. And my final bodice is Sapphire. This one has also been for sale before. This is its last go. If it doesn't sell this time, I will cut it apart. This one also very, very heavily beaded. This is a real cream colored gown. The sequins, as you'll be able to see, have really aged on basically the entire piece, so they look gold. There are a couple of, like here, there's some pearls missing right there. As you can see, it's like these ones have come off, but there's a knot there that's holding the rest on. I think that's actually the only problem with it. I think everything else is good. It has these really cool rosettes on the sleeve that I think are really gorgeous. Look at those. They're beautiful, don't you think? And then on the back, that's the back there. And this one has a peplum, which is not very fancy, but does have this nice edge to it. Okay, so again, that is Sapphire. I'm asking $16 for that bodice and peplum. If you would like any of these, please leave a comment below, and I will leave my email address in the description box. You are free to contact me if you have any concerns or questions, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.